This is a story of family, a story of traditional and non-traditional relationships. This is a story of joy, a story of passion, drive, and purpose. This is the story of an educator. Born in rural Pennsylvania, I grew up in a log cabin on over 12 acres of land. Down the road, my grandparents' farm is over 200 acres. Home was always important to me. More importantly than the place I grew up were the people who surrounded me, who challenged me, pushed me, encouraged me, and truly impacted the journey that I have been on. There was never a moment when I did not have someone holding me to the highest of expectations. I appreciate the nurturing that I had, knowing that it was imperative for my growth. And at the center of my upbringing was one thing: education. Education is not only constantly on my mind and in my heart, but it is also in my blood. I am a fourth-generation teacher. My great-grandmother, grandmother, mother, and father all taught in public schools. Numerous aunts and uncles have spent their careers as teachers. My family has hundreds of years of combined service to children and their families. My great-grandfather and grandfather also served on the school board for years. I feel privileged and blessed to not only have the support system of my family, but also of my chosen family of friends and colleagues who have only continued to support and catapult me towards my goals and dreams. Maya Angelou said, "Family isn't always blood. It's the people in your life who want you to be in theirs. The ones who accept you for who you are, the ones who would do anything to see you smile, and who love you no matter what." This network of support has been especially important to me throughout my life, but I never realized exactly how imperative it was for young people to have a support system until later in my journey. When I started college, I just knew that I always wanted to be a teacher. It wasn't until 3 years into college that I found my purpose, though. In July 2011, I boarded a 24-hour flight to Uganda, Africa. On the flight, I remember thinking about how I was going to change lives. I never imagined that my life would be the one that was going to be completely illuminated. While in Uganda, my heart broke as I saw children who were orphans, sick, living in deplorable conditions. I watched children beg on the street for money for school fees, trade food for needed school supplies or uniforms, and running for miles just to get to school every day. Once they arrived at school, they were filled with joy and happiness, though. Each student worked hard and had an internal passion to do well. One day, I looked at an 8-year-old girl named Atwoki and asked her, "Atwoki, why are you so excited to come to school every day?" She looked up at me and gave me the biggest smile. She responded, "It is the only way that I will be able to make my dreams come true." As a young child, she knew that the only way that she could achieve the dreams that she had and break the cycle of poverty that she lived in was by getting an education. Instantly, everything clicked for me. I found the purpose for my future in the words of that little girl. I wanted to be the educator who helped children realize their passions and run fervently in the direction of their goals and dreams. That was the day I found my why for being an educator. Upon returning from my trip and finishing college, I was offered a job teaching in Durham, North Carolina. As a small-town girl, I was nervous about moving into urban education. I was always so close to my family, and now I was moving 525 miles away from my home in order to live out the dream that I had to touch the lives of children. After my experience in Uganda, I knew that my mission was to help children realize and move in the direction of their dreams, even though fear consumed me. I remember crying every day for months after I moved away. But as I began building relationships with students, their families, and staff members at school, I found that I had strength and gifts that I never knew even existed that were inside of me. By building a bigger family of students, families, and colleagues, I was starting to fulfill my purpose. My passion for children, achievement, and excellence drove me as an educator. Once I saw that my enthusiasm was contagious in both teachers and students, I realized that educational leadership was the next leg to my journey. I truly believe that my service to and relationships with the students, teachers, and families of the children of Durham are only beginning. As I continue to move ahead while always finding the joy in my journey, I look forward to all of the growth that will come in the future for all of our children.